According to the US State Department, there is a heightened risk of possible terror attacks in Europe during the holiday season. Hello friends, welcome back to Inform Overload. My name is Charlotte Dobre. We are going to tell you everything you need to know here on IO. On Monday, the US State Department issued an alert that states that there's a high chance there may be terror attacks in Europe this coming holiday season. They announced in a Facebook post, US citizens should exercise caution at holiday festivals, events, and outdoor markets. They also said that you should exercise vigilance when visiting tourist sites, using public transportation, and frequenting places of worship. This includes well-known tourist sites like the Eiffel Tower and the Vatican. Apparently, terrorists' target of choice are Christmas markets because they are crowded and any attack on a crowded place will maximize the number of casualties. Christmas is a Christian period of festivities when people usually have their guard down. That makes Christmas markets prime locations for terrorists to carry out an attack. They added that they were tipped off by reliable sources about the Islamic State, Al-Qaeda, and their affiliates planning attacks in Europe. Last weekend, French counter-terror police arrested 7 suspects waiting for a delivery of weapons for an assault on civilians. The suspects were French, Moroccan, and Afghani, and they were between the ages of 29 and 37. The travel alert expires February 20th, 2017. The Islamic State is losing ground in Iraq, so these pending attacks could be a way of extremists flexing their muscles and biting back. Despite a suicide bomber attack in the city of Karbala, millions of Muslims took part in the mass pilgrimage of Arba'een. Millions of Shia Muslims marched through Iraq despite the threat of ISIS and the bombing that was very close by. The threat of a terror attack has been high in Europe for the last 2 years, since 2014. An attack is highly likely even though there are no known specific terror plots at this time. Counter-terrorist officials are under a ton of pressure, and thankfully they have prevented several attacks from being carried out. The good thing that is coming from this is the heightened security. It is likely that because security teams are doubling their reinforcements, terrorists will be less likely to carry out an attack, and it's also likely that any suspicious activity will be stopped in its tracks. I'm pretty concerned about all of this. I'm actually traveling around Europe this Christmas, and I do plan to visit the Vatican quite close to Christmas. To anyone who is visiting Europe this holiday season, and anyone who is living in Europe right now, have your wits about you, but don't let this threat ruin your Christmas. That is all for now. Thanks for watching IO, and you have just been informed.